This is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Friday. This is Game Day Live, brought to you by the Let's Go Devils podcast and Primetime Radio, courtesy of Mr. Sam Wu. I am your host, Shorts Guy, the one and only host tonight because everyone else is on assignment. Sam Wu is off producing behind the glass, and Vinny Parisi is on assignment somewhere out there in cold and snowy Illinois. I am here to get you ready for tonight's game of our New Jersey Devils against the Seattle Kraken. We're coming into town after beating the New York Islanders last night 5-2. You can find us streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Twitch, and if you still have it, Napster and LimeWire. Just don't download the .exe files on LimeWire. Hello to everyone that's out there listening and watching today as we go through a shortened version of Game Day Live as we get ready for the game tonight against the Seattle Kraken. What we have tonight is we have the Devils coming in and trying to beat Seattle, a team we don't see often because of them being in the Western Conference. The Devils are coming off of their last game, which didn't go so well, if I'm remembering correctly, and I'm looking it up now. I should have been a little bit more prepared. Sorry about that. But actually, no, I'm sorry. Dude, what am I thinking about? The Rangers. We beat the Rangers 5-1 on Monday, which was a great way to go into this week. We have Seattle coming in off of the win last night there. Finally, we're getting a team that's coming in on the back-to-back. We have Sunday against the Avalanche. I want to say hello to everyone watching in the YouTube group, the YouTube live group, as I'm getting myself situated here. That game against the Rangers seems to have really shooken up that team because they made a trade today. They got rid of their captain, everyone's favorite player, Trouba. He is now going to Anaheim. So we won't have to see him anymore. But that game was awesome for our New Jersey Devils because it's going to give us some, hopefully we'll boost us going forward here so we can beat the Kraken who are coming in tonight. This is always fun to see the Devils play a team like the Kraken that we don't get to watch very often because they're positioned out on the West Coast. It's a team that these 2 points are vital for us. They're not as vital as a Metro Division game, but 2 points is 2 points. We've got them tonight, and like I said, the Avalanche coming in on Sunday, which should be a little bit more difficult of a game. However, focusing on tonight's game against Seattle, my assumption is going to be, since we are not close to game time, we can't get any idea who's going out for warm-ups right now. We're going to probably see Jacob Markstrom in net, following up his victory against the New York Rangers, his first time in the rivalry against the Rangers, and I think he performed very, very well in that game. I think the Devils really showed, that they were capable of beating a team like the Rangers, which is really good. We've seen it sent them down in a spiral, but I know what everyone probably and hopefully watched Sam Wu the other night on Tuesday talking about, with Chico Resch, talking about the Steve Valiquette Instagram hockey comment that he made during one of the intermissions there. And, man, if that's Instagram hockey, I'll take it every day and any day if we can keep playing like that and keep having victories like that. I completely disagree with Valiquette. I don't think he was trying to embarrass Shesterkin. I think Jack was trying to just score a goal and score a pretty goal. And I think Valiquette just is stuck back in the day where, he makes this claim that people would be jumping over the bench, but, he never really played much. I mean, he's played more than me in the NHL, but hey, you know what? I don't think that it's really that big of a deal. And again, like I said, if that's Instagram hockey, I'll take it any day. I wish Jack would have scored because that probably would have set him off even more, which I think would have been phenomenal to see. But look, going into this game, the Devils obviously have the better record than Seattle. The Devils, coming off of that victory against the Rangers, we'll see them, coming into this game, hopefully not having a letdown, because sometimes an emotional game like the game against the Rangers can be a little bit of a letdown for your team going into the next one. This Seattle team is a team that's been kind of up and down. I believe a 13-13 and something record going into today. We have the winning record going in today. And this is a game the Devils can and should win, especially going into the more difficult game this weekend against the Avalanche. With the Avalanche being on Sunday, it also wouldn't surprise me to see Jake Allen starting in net tonight, just to give Jacob Markstrom, another day off and another day of rest going into that pivotal game. But again, this is a team that Markstrom, coming from the Western Conference, is also going to be familiar with, much more familiar than a lot of the guys on our team. So putting Markstrom in net could have its advantages for us. Jake Allen would also be a good goalie tonight if need be. But this game tonight is, like I said, one that we need to win, one that we should win. Another 2 points, which will get us, closer to that playoff contention. Which I know it's only December, but it'll be here before we know it, because December's here, and well, who would have thought we'd be, in December at this point? It's coming quick. We have, I think I saw someone say, like 1/3 of our season is complete already. We've played so many games. But it was good that this team got a couple days off. After Monday, it was an away game, which was basically a home away game. And the team got some time to basically be home for a little bit. That's a rare thing that the Devils had, and going into a stretch where we're going to have, I think it's about 6 games at home. So this is going to be one of those stretches that the Devils really need to start turning around their home play. We have Seattle tonight, Colorado, Toronto, LA, and Chicago coming up, all within the next 8-day period between now and next Saturday. It's 5 games coming up, and we've not played well at home. I think that's without a doubt. We've not played well at home. It's something that I know I've not yet seen them win this year. What's up, Tom? Thank you for telling me that it's Markstrom starting. Wasn't quite sure of who was starting today. I didn't get a chance to check out much during the day today. It was kind of a crazy day at work. But thank you for that, Tom. So we got Markstrom starting in net, which, going back to what I was saying earlier just before, he's familiar with the Seattle team. He's familiar with the Western Conference. That's going to be a plus to him, plus for our Devils coming into this game. This is a team that we're, definitely not familiar with, but hey, we got to take every opponent. It's the NHL. They're all NHL players, and they're all here for a reason. So it's an opponent that we still have to take seriously. And again, 2 more points that we'll just throw into our bucket, should we get it tonight at the end of the game, would be good for us. If you're going to the game, what's up, Ted? If you're going to the game, make sure you go to American Whiskey prior to the game. We're obviously here going live earlier than normal due to some scheduling conflicts and some on-assignment work here. I see, like I said, Tom and Ted are there live in the chat. We don't have many in the chat today because we're going earlier, which is fine. So our predictions, which will come soon enough, we'll probably have very few to read. Other than that, Bratt, I thought, looked really good on Monday. Dawson Mercer getting on the score sheet. Overall, it was a great game. That penalty kill, I think, was one of the best parts of that game. We have Brett Pesce blocking shots over and over again, even while looking beat up. I don't want to say injured because, he didn't leave the game, but man, and you take a shot like that, when you're blocking shots, that's doing work. And he threw his body down more than once, even while and after getting hurt. So that penalty kill, I think, was probably the best part of that game. We've had a couple big penalty kills over the last couple weeks. This one in the Ranger game and that 5-minute penalty kill specifically come to mind. This is such a great team that we're looking at right now, and this Seattle Kraken team is one that we should beat tonight. We shouldn't take too lightly. But again, it's no secret that our home play is different than our away play. On an away game, the Devils seem to be a much different team. Joe, you are not late. We are early, so technically we are all early. So don't worry about being late or early, because we're going early tonight because of the scheduling conflicts. And usually we're here about 6 o'clock, 6:15, right before the game, but we had to go a little bit early today. Hello, Brooke. Good to see you here. Serve, you did make it in time. It's going to be a shortened version tonight because it's only me. I know Vinny can go on his own a couple times, but this is a rarity for me to go. Serve, yes, it is cold outside. It's definitely a cold snap here in New Jersey. I know someone else was saying that they were thinking about going to the game, but it was cold tonight, so they may not make it. I wouldn't mind making it down to Newark, but I also have free beer here at the house. and I think I might just watch from home, just like Ted is watching from home on television tonight. It would be a great game to go to. I was hoping and planning to be at American Whiskey tonight, but just wasn't able to make it down there. Just want to say hello again to everyone in the chat. Sarah, yeah, I mentioned that in the beginning. I didn't want to take up too much time with Ranger talk, but Trouba being a Duck, that there's something that really annoys me. The Ducks took all of his $8 million contract. I was really, really hoping that the Rangers would have to retain something. I feel like the Rangers just kind of got away with murder again, like they tend to do in some of these trades, and it's annoying. Ted, yeah, man, that's cold, Ted. That's really cold. Let's see, Joseph, what do you got here? I really hope that the only core Ranger that I wouldn't mind coming to the New Jersey Devils would be Shesterkin. If he can get his play together, I think that would be a great long-term solution for goaltending, but that may also prove to be controversial because he was a Ranger. But hey, when he's on, he's a really fantastic goalie. I know I was listening to Chico and Sam the other night. Chico doesn't seem to, think that highly of him as being an elite goalie, but I think the capability of him being there to be a possible elite goalie definitely could be. And with the Pens tonight playing the Rangers, yeah, I really hope the Pens beat the Rangers because I'd rather little Steve's team from Hockey on Tap, win than Billy Dean's team, mostly because Billy Dean is a Rangers fan. And I don't think the ponds are going to freeze, Serve. I don't know where you are, Serve, but here they're not going to freeze yet because we're supposed to get a warm up about 40 degrees or so in the 40s next week, maybe hitting 50. I would love to see the ponds freeze because it's been a little while since I've been able to skate on the pond, and there's definitely nothing like some pond hockey. Even just going out there to, just to dribble the puck around, shoot it in between a pair of shoes. That's just so much fun. And I'm really looking forward to that. Let's see. The Devils going to celebrate both Brat's 500th game and Hamilton's 800th. I would hope they're going to do something, but at the same time, I would prefer them almost not to really do too much because look what happened when they celebrated Markstrom's 500th game. They had a really great ceremony. Markstrom got some really great stuff from the team, and then the team decided that was the end of their night, and they should have probably stayed, on the bench or in the locker room because it didn't really look too good. Yeah, Serve in Connecticut, it probably will do a little bit of warm up. I would love to see some cold weather to freeze the ponds. Man, that'll be great. I know I already said that, but I'd love playing pond hockey. So if they do celebrate those games, I hope it's kind of small. Not because I want to diminish those milestones, but because the Devils just don't do well. I mean, think back to Sarge's game was that last year, the season before, when they honored Sergei Brylin. It was just great ceremony, and then it was awful from there on out. So we have this really bad habit of doing that. Let's see, Rierick, you and your wife went to your first Devils home game last Saturday. It was a great experience. Yes, definitely take the kids in April. And especially if it's a game that we're at American Whiskey, you're going to come and pop into American Whiskey. You can bring children there. I've brought my nieces there. Beer Baron has brought his daughters there. It's definitely a place you guys can definitely come and stop in, say hi, have a beer, have some food, because you definitely don't want to eat food inside the Prudential Center. It doesn't seem to be treating too many people right. Seems to be a lot of foodborne illnesses going on from people eating food at the Prudential Center. So eat an American Whiskey instead. Have some beers there, a little less expensive in American Whiskey than inside. Eat some food and then go in and enjoy your time at the Devils game. But Eric, it's good to see you there, and hopefully we'll see you come in April when you bring the kids. And cheers to that. Cheers to being in a Devils game. And again, the Devils are playing the Seattle Kraken tonight. The word we got from Tom is that Markstrom is starting in net. The Kraken are 13-13-1, while the Devils are 17-9-2. I think that this is a game that the Devils can come in. If they keep playing the way they played on Monday against the Rangers, they should be able to beat this Kraken team. They have to keep it up, and they have to go into Colorado on Sunday with some confidence, and then that would be the tougher of the two games. But this is definitely not a team to look past because they just beat the Islanders 5-2 last night. And I know we've struggled against the Islanders this season at times. I know for one, Brooke Amanda was at a game, the Devils' home game, where they lost against the Islanders, and it was just not an overall good day. So let's see. Sarah, did you see the rumor that the Devils might want to look at bringing Palms? Yes, I did see that. So that's an interesting one for the Devils to bring Palmieri back. As long as we're not going to sell the farm, which I doubt we will, but to bring Palmieri back into the Devils lineup, into the fold, I think he would be a great veteran to have in the room. I think he's someone that can help the Devils, especially this young core. And I think a fan favorite that everyone would be really excited to see come back. Because it's not like going to the Rangers and then coming back, like we saw Bruce Driver go there, who he has explained over and over again on the podcast why he went to the Rangers, which I can completely understand. He didn't want to move his family too far. We just saw Holik go there. We saw Gomez go there. It sucks to see players go to the Rangers, but I think going to the Islanders is a little bit different. I think Palmieri would definitely be welcome right back. Brooke, Amanda, no, they did not retain any of Trouba's salary. Somehow the Rangers got scot-free, giving away $8 million for another team to deal with and opening up some cap space. For some reason, the Rangers seem to always get away with this crap. But maybe the NHL just felt bad for them having lost 5-1 to the Devils, which was, again, such a fun game to watch. I hope everyone had fun watching that game because I know I did. I know we had a really good game day live prior to that one. But again, that was a great game. And the Devils just got to take that momentum from Monday. Keep playing that so-called Instagram hockey, according to Steve Valiquette, who seems to hate the Devils and Jack Hughes even more today. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep playing, keep going into this, keep winning, keep playing hard, keep trying to do pretty hockey because the Devils are good at that. We've got the skill players to do it. We now have the beefalytics to help us continue to keep those players good and safe. And we've got a great combination I think is really coming together and is really going to wind up being a real force in this NHL. And, Markstrom's playing well, Jake Allen's playing well, but I still think long-term, and within 2 years, we're going to have to solve our final piece of the puzzle and getting a long-term goaltender to play with this core, which I think is going to be good for years and years to come. What's up, Zach? Good to see you here in the chat. Brooke, I think everyone was hoping that they would retain something, but for some reason the Ducks did the Rangers a favor, which I always hate to see the Rangers have favors done for them. No, sir, definitely not. Jack was not doing Instagram hockey. Anyone who's played hockey within the last 5 years or less has had someone try to do a stupid move like that on them. And Valiquette just hasn't played in a while. I feel like he hasn't watched much hockey in a while because that's definitely not out of the realm of what's gone on in this NHL. Jack was just trying to make a move. He was just trying to go around and score a goal. So I guess if you don't try to just go right down your opponent's throat, I guess you can't really do anything fun. So Steve Valiquette, and he doubled down. That was the worst part about it. And I know Sam Wu went off on this the other night on a Wu report with Chico, but yeah, that was just a stupid comment by him. Yes, Zach, we did talk Trouba. We talked about it twice. And, the rumor of Brady Tkachuk going to the Rangers, it's just like everyone apparently wants to go to the Rangers, which I do not understand. It's just, I don't know. To be honest, if any player is watching what the Rangers were doing, they're not really treating their captains. Their last 3 captains have been shipped out. And the way that they're trying to get these players and force them off their roster is kind of shady. I don't know why anyone would want to go to a team that's going to be shady with the players when they're tired and done with them, like they've been with Trouba. To hear what some of my friends thought that the Rangers were going to get in return for Trouba and Kreider and Brady Tkachuk going to come here for nothing, it was just so stupid. Yeah, Zach, I'd be shocked if Brady left the Sens. I'd love to see him come here. We've talked about it before. Obviously we talk about it, and it's wishful thinking on our part, but we would love to see Brady Tkachuk here in the Let's Go Devils podcast. What's up, AJ? Good to see you here. We're a little early, so thanks for jumping in early. That's awesome, Brooke, that the gas attendant heard you listening to this, which is so cool. You're right, Amanda, or Brooke Amanda. Who wouldn't want to move to the New York metro area? But you know what? I don't. Why everyone wants to play with the Rangers, I don't know. All right, I'm getting the rapid call from Sam. So let's get some predictions into the group. Let us get some predictions into the chat here on YouTube. What you think is going to happen with today's game. Let's hear your score predictions right now. Put them in the chat. I have one from Sam Wu. Sam Wu sent me his prediction. Sam Wu is believing in a Devils victory tonight, but a Devils victory of 6-4. Not your typical Sam Wu prediction. However, you know what? That's a pretty good score that we can go for tonight. That's one of the things the Devils do have to work on is getting their goaltenders to, we're leaking goals here and there. So I think 6-4 is definitely a fair score for this one. Once again, put your score predictions into the chat here on YouTube so we can read them out loud here on Game Day Live, courtesy of Let's Go Devils podcast. Samu put his score prediction as 6-4. We've got some more coming in. Brooke Amanda. Oh, she gave Molina's score of 3-0 Devils. Joseph says 5-0 Devils. So we got two possible shutouts here. Rowdy Rebel, I believe, I'm right with you. We better win tonight. Let's keep it rolling. Let's see. AJ Visco says 5-2. Brooke Amanda says 4-1. Zach W says 4-2. Come on, Ted. Let's get your score in there. Let's get your score prediction in there. Before I start giving mine and I start wrapping it up. Rowdy Rebel gives 5-4. Serve goes 3-2 Devils. Zach, I can't remember if I read yours, but 4-2 Devils according to Zach. Eddie, welcome to the chat. 4-2 Devils. So I'm gonna go thinking about what the Devils did on Monday. Think about what they can do tonight against the Seattle Kraken. I think the Devils can absolutely win tonight and win the game 4-1. I'd love to see Markstrom get the shutout to 4-0, but I'll take a 4-1 Devils victory. Let's get Jack back on the scoreboard with another Instagram hockey goal. Let's get Bratter back on the score sheet, and Dawson Mercer keep it up with what he's doing. So that right there is your Game Day Live for tonight against the Seattle Kraken, and I'm ready to call it a night. And there's our music. Thanks to Mr. Sam Wu. Please be sure to tune in for Devils After Dark tonight after the game so you can hear Sam Wu and Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal talk about the game that was. And for Sam Wu, for Vinny on assignment, I am Shorts Guy. Let's go Devils.